Hey Wanda, Jessica Peterson here. Thank you for speaking with me this morning and for accepting this free video. I'm super excited that you did because I'm going to go over 3 strategies you guys can start right away, and it's going to make a huge difference for your business. And I know that it will because we've used the same strategy with over 50 other businesses just like you guys throughout the US, and it's made a huge difference. Okay, right now you get about 33 people to your website per month, and so that means you're missing out on hundreds of potential website visitors and over 60% of your monthly jobs by not having these strategies in place. So the 3 strategies I am about to show you are we're gonna be talking about your content keyword strategy, your citations, and your backlinks. Okay, so we are on your website here. You have a good looking website, probably one of the better looking websites in the area, so good job on that. Google recently went to kind of mobile first, and so having the click to call phone numbers and really good navigation, easy to use navigation is important. But most of the ranking factors for Google are based on content, and so we need a lot of content, and that's throughout your website. Google does require having separate pages for each of your major services. Highly suggested to have them for each of your major service areas and those services. So those services plus these areas, okay? What that does is it allows you to focus. Right now, this page is on Butte, so it would allow you to focus on all these services in Butte, and then with having those location service areas, it'd be those services in Bozeman and Missoula or wherever else that you serve, okay? So Google wants those separate pages, so you're only focusing on one specific service, and you're explaining the service and why it's needed and answering the customer's questions and just being helpful on that service, okay? So that is what Google wants to see. Now, your homepage here is the most important page of your website. Good job, by the way, on having the forms up at the top and the click to call. The more traffic you get, the more conversions you're going to get because it's right there above the fold, okay? So really good job on that. Now, when we talk content, content is a variety of things. It can be videos, it can be images, and when we're using those, we have to make sure these are being optimized. So let's just check one of them out here. This says carpet cleaning. So yes, that's a keyword, but that's actually a national keyword. We need to be focused on the local keywords. Since you guys are based in Bozeman, this homepage should be Bozeman, and so should all these service pages. So your keywords here should be, I guess this would be carpet cleaning, so this should be Butte carpet cleaning Butte, or carpet cleaning Butte MT, okay? People search differently, so you want to capitalize on the way people search to get the most possible traffic here. So every single image throughout your entire website has to have those local keywords. Also, so does all of this text here. So your homepage, being the most important page of your website, does need these separate summaries of each of the major services, like you have. Probably a little bit more context here, but then focused on the keywords for all of these services. Okay, so you need your local keywords. 99% of the time when people need a service, they don't know who you are, so they're not specifically looking for you. They are looking for the service they need. So whether that's cleaning or water removal or carpet cleaning, those are the services they're looking for. And so those are the keywords you need to be targeting, okay? This homepage here needs at least 1,500 words or more of written content built around those local keyword strategies. If your competition has 1,500 words, you need more than they have, so you're going to have to try and get 1,800 or even 2,000 words on this page. Anytime we're competing against a competitor, we always have to do more of whatever they're doing, okay? So if we want to outrank them, we have to have more. We have to have better. So you need to focus on your keyword content strategy. That is going to be absolutely critical. Now, if we look at your water damage service in Butte, your top competitor organically is Dayspring. Looks like they're a fleet company, so they're national. Okay, so being a national website, they carry a lot of power by itself. But this, and you don't have to compete against the entire franchise. I don't know if it's actually a franchise or just a national company. But either way, you're not competing against all of them. You're only competing against the one in your specific service area. Okay, and so it's just doing better. They don't have a whole lot of content on this page, but you do have to have more content. And I really feel your homepage to this page, you definitely have, I think, have more content. But we always have to have more, okay? So better quality content and more actual content. More words on the page and dialed in on that keyword strategy. Well, that's a really long review, and those reviews count. So more words, more keyword strategy, that is going to be absolutely critical for you guys, okay? Now, we know when customers do a search, they'll do a search similar to this, and when they do, we want your business to be what is showing up here, okay? We want your website to be one of the first things that they see. And there's 3 main positions in the first page of Google that your website has that opportunity. The first is generally going to be ads, and those can be cost per click ads like this, and even local service ads. It doesn't look like there's any in Butte currently. But these can be extremely profitable as long as you have your processes dialed in and your foundation dialed in. If not, your ROI is just not going to be great, okay? Now these other 2 areas get majority of the traffic when people are searching. So this here, this is the Google Map Pack, your Google business profile. You want your business profile to be one of these top 3 for every service that you offer. Okay, because 30% of people come straight to the maps and don't go anywhere else. So when you're not one of these 3 companies, you're leaving 30% of your monthly revenue on the table and literally handing your customers to your competitors. No, we don't want to do that, right? So in order to get your profile up here, we need to make sure that it's optimized and you have a lot of citations. And citations are simply the name of your business, your address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories like the Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, Yelp, Angie's, House. All of those are really great citations. You need a lot of those citations. You need more citations than all of these competitors. And when you get those, every single one of those citations are sending additional information to Google, telling them about your business, what you offer, and where. Okay, so those are huge for your business. And then this third section here, this is the organic section. This is the most important section because 60 to 70% of people skip the ads, they'll skip the maps over here, and they come right here to your organic section. So when your website isn't listed here, you're losing 60 to 70% of all the monthly jobs by not being listed here. So in order to get here, it all comes back to the foundation of this website being properly built and optimized with the right content and keyword strategy. So, because Google is sending crawlers to your website, which are like mini robots, and it scans every image, video, content, page, all this information to learn about you, about your services and where you offer them. And so when they don't have a strategy, when they don't have the right type of content, the algorithm doesn't understand. And if the algorithm doesn't understand, how can we expect them to send you customers, right? So dialing in the strategy, your content keyword strategy, and then supporting that with your backlink SEO. So that brings us to backlinks, and this is Ahrefs, a paid tool that we use to analyze websites. And as we can see right here, you guys have a rating of a 3.8 out of 100 in Google's trust flow, which means Google does not trust your website. That's partly based on the quality of the content on your website, but even more so on the power that you're sending to the website. Like all the tools that we use, they require power, and so does your website. And so we power websites with backlinks. So we do need a lot of these backlinks. We need more backlinks than our competitor, but it's important to understand that they're not all created equal. Okay, they're not all the same. The fact that you have over 600 backlinks with only 140 referring domains, the referring domains is just the website that the links are coming from, okay? So the fact that you have this many, you got like 5 times more referring domains, and this score tells me that majority of these backlinks are spammy backlinks that are actually hurting you, okay? So you only want good quality links that are directly related to the types of services that you're offering. Those are going to be do follow links from other home service businesses like landscapers, roofers, plumbers, okay, and even vendors and magazines that are semi-related. All of those are going to give you good quality links that's going to help increase this score. Google's going to trust your website more, it's going to promote it higher in the searches, and it's going to help you rank those keywords. The better quality content, the more the good keywords that you're going to be that are going to be indexed, that can be ranked. So right now you're only getting about 33 people to your website, so you're missing out on a ton of potential customers. Okay, if we look at where the traffic's coming from, we can see that actually the only thing you are ranked for is your brand, and as important as your brand is, that's not what your customers are searching. So if we only focus on your brand, you're missing 99% of your actual customers, okay? And the one thing you're not even ranked for, but you're still getting traffic for, is move-in cleaning service. And this is a national keyword, not local. So even though it's got 5,000 in volume, that's across the U.S. So we don't know how much volume is actually in your area, but that's where your traffic's coming from, okay? So it's not coming from those big money services that you offer, and most of those keywords have not even been indexed. So you definitely have to work on your keyword content strategy. We look at your competition. Well, their whole website has this high ranking. What we're competing against is this one area. So this one area has a rating of a 12 with 196 backlinks. So we just need better than they have. They've been indexed for 65 keywords, and they're only getting 9 people to their website. And honestly, people coming to their website, these are all blog articles. So these aren't even people converting. But because most of the people in your area aren't actually doing proper SEO, they don't have the right type of content, just the weight of this website and having similar keywords throughout their website is giving them this position. So you absolutely have a huge opportunity here to be able to outrank people in this area and even be able to dominate. So please feel free to take this information, run with it, apply it yourself, start today, and start driving that traffic and helping more people in your community. Now, if you find you would rather focus on what you do best and have a growth partner at Peterson SEO, this is what we do. This is our specialty, and we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. Please feel free to ask any questions that you might have, respond to my email, or give me a call, and we would be happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.